Hey guys, welcome back. Joe here again from ScaleFreak.com, coming to give you another video in the Diary of a Rookie Drifter series. This one here, I want to talk about motors. I want to get this one kind of out of the way first and foremost, because if you're thinking about getting into something like this, you probably have to start stocking up on a few things or deciding what you already have in order to get in a little bit cheaper. Now, for me, I come from the racing world typically where more power is better, and then just tune it out from there. But that's not the case with the drifting. I've actually learned very quickly that the power, the speed of the motor can really be a detriment if you're not watching what you're doing or if you're very new at it. And I say very new at it because, again, I picked this up out of nowhere, tried it out very quickly, I got discouraged on the fact that I could not make this car, I would say go straight, but I could make it go straight fine. I couldn't make it go sideways, or I would just make it spin out in a corner. And there were a few different reasons as to why that was, a handful of reasons, and I've been able to narrow them all out over the past couple months, but a large portion of that was due to my motor selection right off the start. Now, right from the beginning, I did buy this Yeah Racing combo, the Hacktronics, the Drift ESC, and the Hack Moto 13.5 motor combo that I picked up originally. And originally I thought, hey, perfect, 13.5. It's a two-wheel drive short course motor that I would use. Phenomenal. I didn't have any left, so I had to buy the combo. What I was finding was so much wheel speed that I was gaining so much speed that I was unable to actually drift it sideways. Now, where speed sounds like it's a cool thing, right? Like, we watch lots of drift videos. We watch Von Gittin Jr. heading into corners at like Mach 1 speeds and putting the car sideways with blasting tire smoke everywhere. It's pretty neat, but that guy's a Formula One like drift leader. That guy's absolutely insane, and those cars are nuts. They're just nutty, and I don't know how they do it. But one thing to remember with drifting RC cars, especially a car as lightweight as this D4, is that slow is smooth. That's what you're looking for. As much fun as it is to be that guy who can blast into a corner at like breakneck speeds and swing it sideways and get close to the rail, it's very challenging. That's definitely one of them. But also, not everybody else on the track is doing that. So if you pick up too much speed, you may be the guy that's barreling into other people, which sucks. If you've seen Instagram lately and you've watched some of the amazing bodies that people have made for their drift cars, you know that they don't really want a drift car hammering into them at some kind of crazy speed. It's just going to mess stuff right up. People put a lot of time and energy into their setups and how good their shells look. They don't want it to get it all banged up. So I learned, and I tried so hard with this 13.5 motor, and I just could not get it. And on the advice of Dave said, buddy, get out of the 13.5, get yourself a 21.5 motor. So I did. I picked up a 21.5 motor. Again, I picked up the Hack Moto and started another one. And I threw this in the kit, and immediately, oh my God, the difference was insane. I went from being this guy who couldn't drift a corner because my throttle, and I tried, and I had to program down the ESC so much and take so much out of my radio, and if you blip the throttle too hard and whee, you're going for spins, and it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare to try to control. Again, remember, I'm new, and learning on this powerful motor when I was new, everything almost wound up in the front yard. But when I changed to the 21.5 motor, I set the car down on the floor, and instantly it was a whole different animal. It became controllable, and I was driving the car instead of me reacting to whatever this thing was doing. It was everywhere, and instead of me having to try to save it in every corner, I'm now actually able to control my throttle and pitch it how I want it and make it do what it wants to do. And while I did make a few changes on that day, I will say a large part of it was going from a 13.5 to a 21.5 motor. World of difference. I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way right off the start. Now, also, this Hacktronic ESC, I do want to touch note on this very, very quickly. Programmability in this thing is amazing. For drifting, oh my God, Dave and I went through the settings and stuff like that. We went through the instruction manual. The instruction manual is extremely well laid out, teaches you exactly how to do it. And the card is about that big, and you just bit with a little LCD screen and set it up exactly how you want it. Things like the throttle release curve. So when you let off the throttle, it adds in a bit of an element of brake to help you swing it back around. It's perfect. It's almost like adding a drag brake for drift. Actually, I think it's pretty much a drag brake for drift, which is how I drive my scale cars. So it was very normal for me to let off my throttle and my brake to be applied. That's how I do my SCX10s. So that made life a whole lot easier. And turbo timing and just all of these dead zones, and that you got to read the instructions. You can actually go, and it's so laid out, so easy, and it gives you advice in the instructions. For the rookie drifter, go to this setting. For the more advanced drifter, go up the scale. So it's not guesswork. We looked at it, we went, this should be good for you. Slammed it down on the ground. Okay, that was a little goofy. Programmed it again, and it takes seconds, guys. Like, plug it in, turn the power on, bleep, chick, 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 done. So easy to do. And we got that sucker tuned in. I got my radio zeroed back out again so that I could make my adjustments on the radio instead of just leaving that alone and then doing all my adjustments on the radio and it's all screwed up and you can never come back from it. So with my radio zeroed out so I can make tiny changes from there, I've got the car program now so that this thing has become a very tame, beautiful beast to drive. So please keep that in mind if you guys are going to get new equipment for your drift setup. You do want to get something that is going to be easy for you. Stay inexpensive, guys. I've got Tekin systems around here. I don't need them. I'll save those for if I ever build a race kit again. For this Yeah Racing Hacktronic and this Yeah Moto motor, boom, perfect. That's all you really need, and the price is amazing. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. So that's what this video is about, is please use your motor selection correctly. If you're brand new and you're doing an all-wheel drive Sakura, a rear-wheel drive Sakura, consider a 21.5 instead of a 13.5. Oh, and for the pinion gear, again, I used a 23-turn pinion. It's just a Traxxas pinion. I had one laying around. Why not, eh? And Traxxas pinions are tough as nails. Make sure you mesh it correctly, and then go from there. Doesn't really make a whole lot of noise, except for the tires do, because you're drifting. It's cutting loose. But really, you don't have to have the most powerful or the most expensive stuff. This drift stuff is awesome. But that's it for that. I just want a consideration. As a rookie drifter, I never thought of that, and now I've got that in there. Thanks for the advice, guys, and boom, it became a whole world easier, and this stuff has a home in my studio still rather than in the garbage can, because, whoa, weird cut there. Got a phone call, screwed up the phone. Anyway, finish the rest of the video. Again, thank you guys. Rookie Drifter Series, keep watching it. Really what it's gonna come down to is if you're thinking about getting into drifting, I'm gonna give you a little bit of tidbits of advice that I've learned so far. I'm not a good drifter, and I don't know everything yet. Or will I ever? But I just want to make sure that if you're starting out that you have a few base points from what I've learned so far. Maybe save you a little bit of money, maybe save you a little bit of time, and definitely save you some frustration. Oh, okay. Anyway, so that's it for this one here, guys. Please remember, as with all my videos, please remember to click on the like, the subscribe, share throughout your community if you know somebody else who would use this, and of course, comment below if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm pre-recording a whole bunch of these videos, so I will try to get to your questions later, but I'm going to release the series first, and then I'll get to videos where I answer your questions. So, awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Check out the Sakura D for the rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive if you want. But the rear-wheel drive is the one that I picked. So thank you, guys, and have a great day.